Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gwen and I'm here to share my fall book haul with you. I'm doing a fall book haul because September I didn't really get a lot of books, and kind of the beginning of October I didn't get a lot of books. But now that we're going into November, I actually did place an order, and that's what's in this box down below. So I'm going to open that up last. That is my Amazon order, and plus I got 2 other books from Amazon, but I have some books from some different places. I got subscription box stuff, I have a book I got at Walmart, I have a book I found at the Dollar Tree, some Barnes & Noble, some books of the month, all of that I'm going to share with you right here, right now. We'll go ahead and start with the 2 books that I've already kind of previously talked about and shown on my channel, my reading vlog, and that's these. I got Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl, and I got Toil and Trouble, 15 Tales of Women in Witchcraft by all of these authors right here. I have already read Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. I ended up rating this 4 out of 5 stars, and I talked about it in my September wrap-up that I filmed earlier today, and I'm actually uploading it right now as we speak. So yeah, so my full thoughts about this, you could check out my reading vlog or that wrap-up. Now this one I wanted to read during, like, before Halloween. I read the first 2 stories. The first one is called Star Song, and it's right here, and it does have LGBT elements in it, and I rated that story 3 stars. The second story in here is called Afterbirth by Andrea Kremer, and I rated that 2 stars. And then I started to read the 3rd story, but I just was not feeling it. The 3rd one is The Heart in Her Hands by Tess Sharp, and I have read a book by her before, so I'm hoping I like that a little bit better, but I just wasn't feeling the first 2 stories. I mean, 3 stars, then down to 2 stars. So I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but so far I'm not getting it, and I'm gonna push through and eventually read it. I really want to read Emery Lord's story in here. Or with the first 2 stories, I'm kind of disappointed, and that makes it hard to get through an anthology when you're disappointed in the beginning to keep pushing through to read the further stories. So I will go ahead and read this at some point, just not right away. The next book that I want to talk to you about is my September book of the month, and that is Cross Her Heart by Sarah Pinborough. This is the book that I left off talking about in my September wrap-up. I read this in September. I rated it 3 out of 5 stars or 2 out of 5 stars. Really remember. I think it was like 3 stars. We'll just say 3, but I think I was like wavering to give it 2. The beginning was okay. It's basically about a mother that you could tell is very protective of her daughter, and she's very wary of men, and you're not really sure why. And it seems like they've escaped for some reason. She's an overprotective mother. But Ava, her daughter, wants to live like a normal teenager, chill with her friends, go to swim practice, study for exams, have a boyfriend. But then just when she starts to let her guard down, small things from the past begin to intrude upon her constructed life, and it feeds her anxiety. So again, another forgettable read. I had like really high hopes for this after Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, and this just did not work for me. The mystery element of it didn't work. The writing didn't really work. Like I said, the beginning was pretty good, but towards the end it just started getting really super ridiculous, and I just couldn't stand it. Okay, now I'll go ahead and share with you my September uppercase box subscription box. I got this sci-fi story, Ignite the Stars by Maura Milan. It is signed. I don't really know anything about it except for it's a sci-fi story. Sci-fi, a little bit of revenge. I love the cover, but I'm not really a sci-fi person, so I don't even know if I'll actually get around to reading this or not. And this past month in October, I received Blanca El Roja by Anna Marie McLemore, author of Wild Beauty. And again, this is a really pretty cover, but I don't know if I'll get to it. But it is signed right here, and this is kind of a retelling. It's a fairy tale adaptation, basically 2 sisters and the ugly duckling And that's really all I know about it. Let's get into some books that I'm really, and I also picked up this sampler of The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein. And I also showed that. I got this at Barnes & Noble. And this is what I read when I got Neverworld Wake. I got like one of these little samplers. I have it around here somewhere. And I read it, and that's when I really got in the mood to read it. So I figured I would read this, see if I'm in the mood for it. I kind of have noticed that I'm not really into YA as much. I'm getting super picky about what I buy. But let's go ahead and jump into some newer stuff that I got. So the first thing that I recently got is Sheets by Brenna Tumler. And I picked this up at Walmart. It was like around $10 to $12. And it's a graphic novel about this 13-year-old girl that works at her family's laundromat. And there is a ghost there. And the very first page, it says, "It's difficult to list in order the things I hate, but I can say with no uncertainty that laundry and ghosts are currently tied for first." And I love the like pastel coloring of the graphic novel, and these read fairly quickly, and I thought, ghost, so cute, Halloween time, let's do it. Then I was in the dollar store for work, or the Dollar Tree for work, and I saw this. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This was having a lot of buzz a while ago, I think 2017. Or maybe early 2018, no, 2016. So in 2016, 2017, this was getting a lot of buzz. I really don't know that much about it, but I know it's a suspense novel, and I just saw it for $1, and I figured I might as well go ahead and take a gamble on it. Next, the 2 books and the box are all from Amazon, books that I've ordered that have been on my wish list for a while. I got Wild Card by Marie Lu. Because I really did enjoy Warcross, I had to get Wild Card and have these two side by side. I really wish that they would have went with the white and kept that theme, but maybe it would be pretty cool if they do like white, black, and so forth. But this is kind of like, there's a game, it's called Warcross, and it's set in, I believe, Shanghai, and it's very atmospheric, and the characters are really cool, and it's like gaming and hacking and all of that. And this is the follow-up. It's time for a rematch, the sequel to Warcross. So I don't know if it's a duology. It may just be a duology, you guys. Not sure, but I finally have a copy. Then I finally picked up the 3rd book in the Wayward Children series, and that is Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shauna McGuire. I do have, where is it on my shelf? It's at the very top, you can't see it, but I do have Every Heart a Doorway and Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I rated both of those stories 5 stars. I'm sure this will be no exception. These books are really short, but they really do pack a great punch. They're really well written. They're very well thought out. It's another book that has really smart writing. The author thinks of everything. Rich worlds, great characters, diverse characters, and the newest one comes out, I forget what it's called, but it comes out in January, so I definitely want to pick this up before then so I can be ready for the newest release. Now what we have all been waiting for. I think the thing that I'm most excited in this box is my friend Sabrina wrote a poetry collection, and as you know, I love poetry, I love Sabrina, and I just want to support her any way possible. I feel a very kindred spirit in her, and I want to support her. I hope I love her poetry collection as well. I'm sure I will, because she posts a lot of her poetry on her Instagram, and I read a lot of it, and everything that I read, I thought it was so great. And you can get it on Kindle, but I wanted like a physical copy, so I got that. But I did get some other books as well. Oh yeah, I also got these for work. That's in here. Okay, but the books I got, the first one I got is The Price Guide to the Occult. This is a really pretty book. It doesn't have a dust jacket, like this is the actual book, but I love that it has these red sprayed pages. So like, you can't even tell if there would have been a remainder mark, I guess, unless they did it in black. But I heard that this is a great, fall read, like around October, so that's why I got it. I do love it. For a while I thought I wouldn't like it. I saw it in stores, but the more I thought about it, like the colors and stuff like that, it just looks so pretty. But this is like a witchy book, and I just can't wait. but I heard it's also very atmospheric, and I'm really into those atmospheric reads, especially during this time of year. So this was definitely on my radar. And I did hear Reagan from Prose Project talk about this book recently, like I think it was like one of her older videos, but I just got around to watching it, and she talked about this, and I was like, yes, I'm finally going to get it. And she mentioned that it was a short book, and it is. It's under 300 pages, so it's another great book for like a readathon. Okay, next up I got Grey Wolf Island by Tracy Nethercott, and I got this because I heard Brandon from Brandon Book Addict, I think that's his name. He may have rebranded his channel name, I don't really remember, but when he read this, he really loved it, and he compared it to something, and I was like, I loved that story. So I don't know if it was like, I don't know if it was the Raven Boys or what, but it's a mysterious, with just a mysterious treasure map as a guide, Ruby reluctantly allows friends to join her on the hunt. They're touched by a hint of magic, and it just sounds really cool. Another atmospheric mystery ride, and plus this cover is so pretty. The cover reminds me of Neverworld Wake in a way. Even though they're totally different, they just kind of remind me of each other. I don't know why, but they do. So, I like that. Okay, next up, I got Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I read, what did I read that she wrote? I don't remember, I think it was like the one that was supposed to be kind of like the Nutcracker. Did she write that? I read that a long time ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. But I recently heard a lot of good things from Lala at Books and Lala about this book. She read this during Spookathon, and she had a lot of great things to say about it. It's fairly chunky actually, but it looks like it's told from multiple points of view, and it just says, the little tagline says, beware of the woods and the dark, dank deep. He'll follow you home and he won't let you sleep. Maybe this is the one is going through the eyes of a serial killer. I don't know, but I'm here for it. More books. The next book that I got is Bad Mommy by Tarryn Fisher. This would be my first Tarryn Fisher book that I read. I'm a little disappointed with this book though, because it's like a very weird, I got the paperback, but it's a very weird size, and it has like some ink right here. But I mean, I guess it will have to do. This kind of looks like a self-published book. That's what it reminds me of. But anyway, I've heard great things about this. I heard it's a great like thriller mystery book. So when Fig Coxbury buys a home on West Barrett Street, it's not because she likes the neighborhood or even because she likes the house. It's because everything she desires is next door. The husband, the child, and the life that belongs to someone else. Sounds good to me. Let's see. Next up, I got The Foxhole Court by Nora. I do not know how to say that last name. This is another really weird shaped book. What's up with that? But I got this because I heard that this is a really great series, and actually when I ordered through Amazon, I could start reading this book. So I've already read, like, I think there was a prologue, and no, there wasn't. It just starts on chapter 1. So I started reading it, and I really liked what I read so far. So there's The Foxhole Court, The Raven King, and The King's Men. So I only ordered the first book, and if I like it, then I'll continue on in the series. But I didn't want to invest in the whole series and not like it. But so far, I like it. It's about an Exy team, and that's like a made-up sport or whatever. And I don't really know the ins and outs of that yet or how to describe it. But Neil Jostin is the newest addition to the Palmetto State University Exy team. He's short, he's fast, he's got tons of potential, and he's the runaway son of the murderous crime lord known as the Butcher. And the last thing, it was literally like the last thing on the box, is Mystic and Mundane by Sabrina Rourke. And on the back, this is what the front looks like, and the back looks like this. What is magic? And I'm so excited to have this in my hand, you guys. Oh, and I really like that she did this. So right here in the front of her story, well actually, let me just flip you through this really quickly because I'm just so proud of her. So again, gorgeous cover, gray and white. I just love it. And it does have like greens and stuff in there too, but I just love it. So she has the little page like you would sign. the dedication, like the copyright page, the dedication page, and then a blank page, and then the content warning page, which I think more books should definitely consider doing, essentially poetry. But it says content warning. This is a book about magic and magical creatures. It contains both light and dark material. Please proceed with caution if you are uncomfortable with or are triggered by concepts of bullying, child abuse, and abandonment, spirits, ghosts, witches and witchcraft, demons, cryptozoological creatures, what? And humans as prey. So I definitely like that she put those content warning in there, and that's like a great example and how easily it can be done. So it starts right here on page 7. I don't know, that's just beautiful to me, you guys, and I'm so excited about this. I just want to sit here and like read it right away. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to get to reading, and I'm just so excited, you guys. But that is my fall book haul. I know it's long overdue. I haven't been doing book hauls monthly, but I think this is quite a few books to get through. I've been managing to read about 4 books a month, so I think I deserved a little bit of new books. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!